You're not 25 anymore. Yeah, I know, that stings a little. Your knees might pop a little louder. Your back might complain when you get out of bed. And let's be honest, some nights, you look over at your partner and wonder, what the hell happened to me? But what if I told you this? One bedtime habit, just one spoon before bed, could quietly, powerfully, and naturally bring it all back. The firmness. The energy. The deep, knockout kind of sleep that leaves you waking up with a full tank and something else you haven't felt in a while. Just one spoon. No, this isn't a joke. And no, it's not Viagra. It's not some shady online supplement or magic blue pill. This is something your body already wants, something it's been begging for, but modern habits, processed food, and stress have shut it down. Look, here's the truth no one's saying out loud. For too many men over 60, there's a quiet frustration that eats away at you behind closed doors. You wake up exhausted, even after 8 hours. You feel disconnected from your wife or partner, like there's a wall between who you were and who you are now. And the worst part? You feel betrayed by your own body. It's not that you don't want to be intimate. It's that your body won't cooperate. And no one talks about that. But we do here. Because if there's one thing I've learned after years of helping men through this stage of life, it's this. You are not broken. And if you give your body what it needs, it can bounce back in ways you wouldn't believe. So stay with me. Because by the end of this video, I'll show you the natural bedtime spoonful that boosts nitric oxide, fires up your circulation, supports testosterone, helps you sleep like a rock, and yeah, gets things moving down there again. Naturally. Safely. Without pills. And it might already be in your kitchen. So before we go any further, drop a comment right now with these words. I'm tired of feeling tired. Not just tired in your body, tired in your spirit. Tired of watching yourself fade while pretending everything's fine. Because this is real talk, for real men who've still got fire left in them. And listen. If you're over 60 and you don't subscribe after watching this video, what are you even doing? You're basically choosing ED. Choosing brain fog. Choosing another night of tossing and turning while your wife scrolls on her phone. Hit that subscribe button like your legacy depends on it. Because it just might. And now, let's get into the one spoon that could change everything. Let me tell you about Bob. Bob's 67. Retired. Spends his mornings on the porch with a paper and a cup of black coffee. Used to be sharp, confident. Took pride in his handshake, and his marriage. But about 2 years ago, something started shifting. It began quietly. A night here, a night there, when things just didn't work the way they used to. He brushed it off. Stress, maybe. Bad sleep. A long day. But it kept happening. Soon, he found himself avoiding intimacy altogether. Not because he didn't want it, but because he was afraid of disappointing her. And that fear. That quiet, unspoken fear. It started bleeding into every part of his life. His confidence dipped. His posture slumped. And the worst part, he started believing this was just how aging works. But here's the truth Bob didn't know. It wasn't about desire. It wasn't about manhood. It was about blood flow. As a urologist, I've seen this exact pattern play out with thousands of men. And the number one reason for weaker erections, especially after 60, is poor circulation. Specifically, to the pelvic region. See, when you're younger, your body produces plenty of nitric oxide, a molecule that tells your blood vessels to relax, expand, and send blood exactly where it's needed. But as you age, nitric oxide production drops. That's why you might feel colder in your hands and feet. That's why your workouts don't hit like they used to. And yes, that's why your erections lose their strength. It's not a lack of testosterone. It's not low desire. It's plumbing. And if the pipes are narrowed, it doesn't matter how high the water pressure is, nothing's moving. Now imagine this. Before bed, you give your body what it's been missing. Just 1 spoon of something that naturally supports nitric oxide, widens those vessels, and brings life back to the areas that matter most. No pills. No side effects. Just a signal your body has been waiting for. But here's where a lot of guys mess up. They hear low testosterone, and they jump straight into shots, supplements, or expensive programs, thinking they can power their way back into performance. But without blood flow, testosterone is like fuel in a dead engine. It's useless if the system doesn't move. And listen. If you've ever seen a video like this and thought, yeah, but it's too late for me. Let me be real with you. That mindset. It's the very thing keeping you stuck. Shame on the lie that told you aging equals failure. Shame on the voice in your head that said you're not a man anymore just because your body needs a different kind of fuel. You could have found this solution months ago. You could have saved your confidence, your marriage, your spark. So don't make that mistake again. Subscribe right now. Not for me, for you. Because you're not done. You're not broken. And if you're willing to take a simple step, just 1 spoon before bed, you might just shock yourself. Now let's talk about energy. Because what good is strong blood flow, if your battery's always dead? Let's be real for a second. You think your low desire starts in the bedroom? Nah. That's not where it begins. Your libido doesn't start down there. It starts way deeper, inside the tiny engines of your body called mitochondria. Yeah. The stuff you probably haven't thought about since high school biology. But those little guys, they're responsible for how much energy you have to think, move, act, feel, and respond to the people you love. And as you get older, those engines get tired. They don't fire the way they used to. You eat. You sleep. You even rest all weekend, but you still wake up feeling like a half-charged phone. You're dragging your feet through the house. You're zoning out in the middle of conversations. You walk into the kitchen and forget why. And slowly, without even realizing it, you start saying no more often. No to walks. No to travel. No to intimacy. Not because you've lost interest, but because your body's battery is running on fumes. Your wife reaches for your hand and you smile, but inside, you're just tired. And let me tell you something, as both a doctor and a man, that kind of tired isn't fixed with more sleep. It's fixed with better fuel. Fuel that goes into your cells, and wakes them the hell up. Now imagine this. 1 spoon. Before bed. A simple mix that supports blood oxygenation, helps convert nutrients into usable energy, and gives your body what it needs to stop feeling like it's running uphill all day. No caffeine. No crashes. No artificial garbage. Just something your cells recognize. Something they can use right away. And when that happens, you don't just feel awake. You start showing up again. You say yes again. You remember what it's like to feel good, not just in your body, but in your head and your heart. And let me just say this plainly. If your wife's been asking, "Are you okay?" lately. If you've been faking your way through dinner and saying, "I'm just tired," over and over. And you're still sitting here, watching this video, but you haven't clicked subscribe yet? What are you doing? You're avoiding the truth. You're pretending this is just normal aging, when deep down you know something's off. And that's not strength. That's denial. So stop it. Man up. Click subscribe. Join us here at Thrive After 70, because there are tools, habits, and answers out here that are literally saving men's lives, and you're one of them. This is your second wind. And speaking of wind, let's talk about what happens when you can't sleep through the night anymore, because your body is screaming at you, and you don't even know why. Let me ask you something, and be honest, when was the last time you slept through the night and woke up actually feeling human? Not just getting through the night. I mean real, restful, dream-filled, body-repairing deep sleep. No tossing. No turning. No 2 a.m. bathroom shuffle. No staring at the ceiling while your wife snores next to you like a baby. Because if you're like most men over 60, that kind of sleep, it feels like a memory. And even worse, no one's talking about it. Doctors shrug it off. Friends joke about it. And you just deal with it, like it's normal. But it's not normal. Waking up 3, 4, sometimes 5 times a night. Dragging yourself out of bed like you just survived a car wreck. Feeling wired but tired, foggy-headed, moody, even a little hopeless. That's not aging. That's a warning sign. Let me tell you about Charles. Retired firefighter. Proud grandpa. Tough as nails, but lately, he couldn't make it through a single night without waking up. 1 a.m., 3 a.m. 4:30. He'd shuffle to the bathroom. Stand there in silence. Sometimes barely a trickle. Then crawl back to bed, but the rest never came. Every morning. Zombie mode. No motivation. No energy. His wife said he started snapping at her over little things. Stopped walking the dog. Stopped smiling. Stopped being himself. He thought it was just getting older. But here's the truth no one tells you. When your sleep is broken, your hormones are broken. And when your hormones are broken, your entire manhood starts unraveling. Melatonin, your body's natural sleep switch, plummets after 60. Your bladder. It's under pressure from a swollen prostate. Your brain. It never hits deep REM. Which means your testosterone tanks. Your metabolism slows, and your desire for everything, your partner, your hobbies, even food, flatlines. It's not just about sleep anymore. It's about the version of you that's slowly disappearing. Now, imagine this. You take 1 spoonful before bed. That's it. No pills. No prescriptions. No more waking up to pee every 2 hours. Just a natural blend of compounds designed to calm inflammation, support melatonin, and stop the endless bathroom trips that are robbing you of life-changing sleep. It's not a sleeping pill. Those don't give you real sleep. They sedate you. It's like turning the lights off in a house where everything's still broken inside. You don't need sedation. You need restoration. You need to heal. So if you've been telling yourself this is just how life is now, if you've accepted exhaustion, fog, and low drive as your new normal, let me be blunt. You're not aging. You're sleep-starved. And it's wrecking your hormones. Your energy. Your intimacy. Your life. Still not convinced? Then do me one favor. Go to the comments, and explain why you're okay being exhausted. Explain why you'd rather be tired, frustrated, and disconnected, when you don't have to be. But if you're like Charles, and you're ready to take one small step toward feeling like yourself again, then stick around. Because the next spoonful might just change everything. You ever walk into a room and feel like no one sees you? Like you're standing there, same man, same heart, same mind, but somehow, you've faded. Your wife loves you, sure. Your kids respect you. But inside, you don't feel like him anymore. The provider. The protector. The passionate one who used to grab life by the collar and pull it close. And now, you sit at the dinner table, nodding through conversations, smiling on cue, pretending you're fine, but deep down, you're not. I've had men, strong, proud men, sit in my office and try to laugh off what they're going through. And then suddenly, their lips start to tremble. Their eyes fill up. And it spills out. I just don't feel like myself anymore. It's not just about what's happening in the bedroom. No, it goes deeper than that. It's about confidence. Identity. Masculinity. It's about waking up in the morning and feeling like a man who matters. And here's the brutal truth, when you lose your confidence, everything else crumbles behind it. Your posture. Your drive. Your purpose. But hear me out. This is not the end of your story. Because there's a secret, passed down in ancient cultures from the Middle East to Asia to the Americas. A natural food so rich in life-giving compounds, it was once called the fruit of the kings. You probably have it in your kitchen right now. Not some lab-made pill. Not a risky hormone injection. Just one spoonful before bed, and you start to feel that fire again. And no, I'm not talking about sugar highs or stimulant spikes. I'm talking about deep, cellular rejuvenation. I'm talking about something that nourishes your brain, fuels your blood, and quietly restores your sense of you. But before I tell you what it is, I need you to get honest with yourself. Are you really okay living like this? If you're nodding along and still haven't clicked subscribe, then brother, you're the reason 70% of men die with regret. Not because you didn't have options, but because you didn't take action. Don't let pride keep you stuck. Break the cycle. Click that button, and join a community of men who are waking up again. In every sense of the word. Because you're not done yet. Not even close. Alright, here it is, the part you've been waiting for. Grab a small glass. Take 1 tablespoon of raw beetroot juice, not canned, not pickled, raw. Bright red, earthy, alive. Then add half a spoon of organic honey, the real kind, not that fake syrup in a bare bottle. Stir it gently. Watch it swirl, red and gold coming together like nature's own medicine. Now. Just sip. Slowly. Let it hit your tongue. And let your body thank you later. This isn't magic. It's pure science. Beetroot is packed with natural nitrates, the kind your body turns into nitric oxide, which opens up your blood vessels. You've probably heard of nitric oxide from those expensive supplements or blue pills. But this is the original source. The honey. It does something just as powerful, it supports your liver glycogen stores, which help stabilize your blood sugar overnight. You know how some nights you wake up at 2 or 3 a.m., heart racing for no reason? That's usually a blood sugar dip. Your body panics. But when your liver has just enough glycogen, thanks to that spoonful of honey, it keeps you steady, calm, and asleep. And here's where it all comes together. More blood flow means better oxygen delivery, not just to your heart or your brain, but down there. Yes, more nighttime erections. That's your body's way of saying, hey, we're still in the game. It's not about the act, it's about the signal. Healthy nighttime function equals hormonal balance, better testosterone support, and even less prostate inflammation. And better sleep. That's the secret weapon. Because sleep doesn't just rest your mind, it repairs your entire system. So now you've got a double win. You wake up feeling recharged, and your body wakes up remembering what it means to feel like a man. So before bed tonight, skip the pills. Mix the beetroot. Drizzle the honey. Sip slowly. Then sleep like your body was designed to. And if you're thinking, this sounds too simple to be real, wait until you see what happens when we combine this tonic with just 1 minute of this bedtime ritual. Coming up next, the move that activates nitric oxide pathways in under 60 seconds, and why most men never hear about it. If you're over 60 and you've felt the quiet heartbreak of fading energy, fading intimacy, and fading confidence, then you know how much this matters. Not just to your partner. Not just to your ego. But to that core of you that remembers how it used to feel, to wake up ready, body, mind, and spirit. Maybe you've smiled through the silence. Maybe you've told yourself it's normal, that age just does this. But let me be clear, normal does not mean inevitable. And getting older doesn't mean giving up. Tonight, you're not alone in that bedroom. You've got something better than empty prescriptions and broken promises. You've got a plan. You've got knowledge. And you've got a spoonful of action, literally. And the man who takes action, that man still wins. So let's run it back, champ. White heavy checkmark. Poor blood flow is the #1 root cause of erectile issues after 60. White heavy checkmark. Energy dips and brain fog. Often a sign your hormones are screaming for help. White heavy checkmark. Bad sleep doesn't just ruin your mood, it cripples your manhood overnight. White heavy checkmark. Confidence isn't a pill. It's a practice. White heavy checkmark. In just one spoonful, beetroot plus honey can unlock better blood flow, deeper sleep, and the morning momentum you thought was gone for good. You now have the same information I give to my private patients. Men who've walked in defeated, and walked out ready to reclaim their lives. But info without action, that's just regret waiting to happen. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these signs hit home hardest? Which part of your health have you been quietly ignoring? Tell me in the comments. I read every single one, not just as a YouTuber, but as a doctor who actually gives a damn. If you're serious about thriving after 70, not just surviving, then click that subscribe button like your manhood depends on it. Because, my friend, in a lot of ways, it kinda does. This is Thrive After 70, where aging isn't your ending. It's your comeback story. You've still got fight left in you. And the next chapter, it starts tonight, with just one spoonful. I'll see you in the next one, champ.